Okay, we're going to warm up with some deep breaths. Sitting tall in our chair with both feet on the ground, let's take a deep breath in and deep breath out at your pace. Good. Inhale, gently arching the spine, and exhale, gently rounding the spine. Tailbone coming back, and tailbone tucking in. Finding some length here, and getting a nice stretch for our back. Coming back to center. We're going to warm up our shoulders, shoulder rolls back. And warming up our hip and knee. We're going to stretch the leg forward and touch the toes back. Forward and back. You can go at your pace, adding the arms if you like. Let's do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back to center. Deep breath in and out. Rocking from heels to toes, and we can do a similar movement with our wrists. Relaxing those shoulders. And rest. Doing some more for the hips. We'll take the feet pressing together, and we're going to do some butterfly knees. Just pressing those knees out and squeezing them in for the outer and inner thigh strength. If you want to, you can go a little faster. And coming back to center, stepping out and in, out and in. Getting some good mobility for our hips and shoulders. As we step out, try opening up the knee so that the knee is above the ankle each time. And try tucking the elbows and opening and closing the doors with our hands. Good for our rotator cuff. Back to center, hands on the thighs. We're going to gently press our feet down into the ground. Sitting tall, we'll do some seated push-ups. Let's do 10. Just going down as far as you are comfortable with. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's sit all the way back in our chair, taking our hips back so that our lower back is supported. We're going to stretch out one leg at a time, pressing out with the heel and pulling back with the toes. Just get a nice stretch for that knee. You may sit back or you may sit up if you'd like a little more strength for the core. See how that feels for you and choose the best option. If you'd like to add the arms, perhaps we can reach. Reaching the hand towards the opposite foot will give us a little bit more brain exercise, as you might feel. Bringing those arms back each time to build some strength in our back for posture. Let's do one more on each side. And again, sit back in our chair if you're not already. Give a little wiggle and relax for a moment. A few deep breaths in and out. You may sit back in your chair if you need to, or you may sit forward if that's available to you today. We're going to do some more movement for the arms and lower back, keeping good posture. We're going to hinge forward and press back. And then sitting tall, we can reach up if that's available to you. Hinging forward, strong core, and sitting tall for a nice stretch. If your shoulders don't feel good with that position, just choose something that works best for your body. Or stop where you need to. Perhaps taking a deep breath in and deep breath out, engaging the abdominals. Let's try one more. Hands coming to the thighs and back to center. Good, let's do a seated march. Keeping good inhale and exhale. Can make it a little bigger if you want to. And perhaps a little faster. Maybe you got a little bit of energy, you want to go for a quick run. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. Taking a deep breath in and out. And let's slow our march down for some core strength. Tapping the knee each time. You can sit back in your chair if it feels better for you. We can incorporate that tucking of the tailbone to help us lift the knee and strengthen our abdominals. And back to center. Good, deep breath in and deep breath out. We're going to keep our heart working with a little bit of upper body cardio, starting with alternating jabs. Let's try reaching across if that feels good for you. Quick punches. Breathing. And relax. Good, let's do arms hanging down, give them a little wiggle, and some gentle circles relaxing the shoulder. Good, coming back to center. We're going to sit up tall. We'll do a little bit more work for our core. So we can reach just down a little bit as if we're picking something up, keeping some strength in our side body. If you have back issues, just make it nice and small. Do some apple picking, reaching up and over. And perhaps we can step out with one leg each time. If that's available to you. Let's do one more on each side. And relax. Couple deep breaths. And let's build some more strength in our hips before we come into our stretching portion. We'll take one foot forward, flat on the ground, and the other foot slightly back. We're going to press that front foot down into the ground to engage the muscles in our hip and thigh, almost as if you're about to come and get out of your chair. Good. Taking the hand on the thigh for support, we're going to reach down and pull. Pressing that front foot into the ground to build some strength in our hip and thigh. It's a great way to strengthen our glutes in the chair. Breathing in and out. Maybe press the ground a little bit harder with that front foot. You don't have to lean forward too much. Let's do one more on this side and change sides. Other foot forward and back. Press that front foot down into the ground. Feel the engagement in our hip and thigh. And come slightly forward. Press into the ground as we pull ourselves up. Keeping good posture in our back to support our spine. Press that foot into the ground a little bit harder. Breathing in and out. Do a few more on this side. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Both feet on the ground. Let's give ourselves another break, sitting back in our chair. Few deep breaths. And we're going to do that a few more times for some mobility in our hips. Wiggling those hips forward and back. If you can't move forward or back so easily, you can always shift the weight from one hip to the other hip to get some mobility there. Sort of like walking with your rear end. And finding your spot here, wherever feels good for you. We're going to do a little shimmy with our hips. One hip moving forward and one hip moving back. Get some mobility for walking and balance. Building some strength in this area of the body. And coming back to stillness. If you're able to comfortably do so, we'll sit a little bit forward on our seat, taking one foot flat on the ground and the other leg forward with the heel on the ground, toes in the air. Gonna get a nice stretch for this leg, sitting tall and then slowly coming forward until you feel a stretch. Finding some support here as we take some deep breaths. And we can slowly come out of the stretch. And we'll do 2 more times on this side. Lifting the toes high. One more time, looking ahead so that we don't strain our neck. Changing sides, one foot flat on the ground and the other leg straight, toes high, and a gradual stretch. stopping where your body is telling you to stop. Breathing in and breathing out to help relax the muscles. Gradually coming out of the stretch, and we'll do 2 more times on this side. Back to center. We're going to stretch for the upper body, stretching out the chest and squeezing the shoulder blades back. Gently stretching the back, bringing the elbows close together. Taking one arm up and over, remaining tall, breathing into the rib cage, and changing sides. Can do the same stretch for your back without using the arms if that feels better for your shoulder. Another option to take the hand to the heart as we stretch. Coming back in our seat, finding the support for our lower back. Let's take one foot up and take some rotations for the ankle in one direction. And we can do the same for the wrists. Changing the direction of our rotations. Let's try side to side, waving hello. Try the bottom of your shoe, side to side, a little bit different. Changing sides, we'll lift the other leg and hands for some rotations. And around the other direction. Waving hello. And bottom of the shoe side to side. We can relax that leg, warming up our hands. Slow breath in and out. And we're going to take a gentle stretch for the wrist up and down. Open and close the fingers. And we'll take the hands together for a gentle stretch. Sitting tall in our chair, letting the shoulders down. We can gently lift the chin. And gently tuck the chin, lengthening the back of the neck. Lengthening the front of the neck and the back. Back to center, sitting tall, gently lifting the chin to one side. Back to center and gently to the other side. Back to center and lengthening the side of the neck. Shoulders relax. And again to the other. Tucking the face back like a turtle going into its shell. And relax, tucking back. A few more times. Good, stretching our jaw. And relaxing back in our chair for some deep breathing to conclude our exercise session. You can take a hand on the ribs or belly and a hand on the heart, and slowly inhale. Slowly exhale at your pace, bringing the movement of the breath a little bit lower in the body, feeling that wave in the ribs or belly. Deep breath in, big stretch. Give yourself a gentle hug and rock side to side. And enjoy the rest of your day.